Hello everyone. In my last video I briefly discussed about technical SEO, and in this video we'll dive deep into technical SEO and I'll walk you through a checklist of all the elements of technical SEO. And for each of the element or feature of technical SEO there'll be a separate video. So just to reiterate, technical SEO refers to everything that you do, all the technical aspects that makes your site easier to be shown and ranked in search engine result pages. So it involves crawling and indexing to begin with, followed by accessibility and rankability on search engine result pages. Alright, so let's take a look at what are the different factors in technical SEO checklist. I'm going to start with sitemap.xml. This is a very important feature of technical SEO checklist. You launch a new website and then you want it to be discovered on Google and Yahoo and other search engines, right? So what do you do in this case? You have to create an XML sitemap, which is a file that lists all the essential pages of your website, and then you need to submit this sitemap, which contains all the pages, on Google Search Console. Once you submit it on Google Search Console, you are giving directions to Google that please come and crawl my website. Check what are the pages of my website to display it on Google, right? So this is called sitemap.xml, and this is purely for crawlers. It is not for humans, it is for crawlers because you submit it on Google Search Console. Next up is sitemap.html. Now just like sitemap.xml was for crawlers, sitemap.html is for humans. Now what do you do in this case? For example, large websites like e-commerce companies, they have a lot of pages, and for human beings it is very difficult to see what each page is or how many pages there are in total, right? So what do these e-commerce companies do? They create a separate page called sitemap where they list all the primary and secondary and tertiary categories of all the pages which are on their website. So I'll just show you what this is. I'm just going to briefly show you. So for example, I'm on Shopperstop over here. I'll go to the footer of Shopperstop, and here you will see sitemap. Alright, so when I click on sitemap, Shopperstop is an e-commerce company. You will see all the primary categories over here, which is Indian wear, kids, boys, beauty, men's clothing, right? And you will see all of these pages. Now all of these pages are linked, so when you click on it, it will take you to that respective page. But this page gives you an indication that what are the pages on the Shopperstop website, right? You can see the page is very long because this is for an e-commerce company. All right, so this is a sitemap, HTML sitemap. This is for human users. Next up is robots.txt file. Now it may sound a bit difficult to hear this name robots.txt, but I don't want you to get confused. This is really simple. Robots.txt file contains those pages that you don't want to be crawled or indexed. So let's say there is a bank website and on the bank's website there will be a page wherein you will have to enter your card information, debit card or credit card, which will be very confidential and encrypted. Now those pages the bank or even the account holder don't want to be indexed so that your confidential information is not released to the outside world, right? So for those pages you will create a robots.txt file and you will upload it to inform Google that or search engines that do not crawl these pages, because I don't want to display these pages to the on search engine result pages. So this is called robots.txt file. Now when I start creating separate videos for this in the future classes, you will see the definition, or you will see firsthand how you can create all of this. Next up is structured data. Now structured data helps search engines understand your content better with the help of schema. Now you must have seen that when you search for a particular business, not only does the business listing show, but it also shows certain other pages below it. So I'll show you in real time. Let me show you, for example, this one. This is Aramex website. If you see Aramex, the meta title and meta description is over here, but you will see more information down. All right, so this is with the help of structured data or schema markup, which is called. And on the right side you will see more information about this company. You will see the social media profiles, you will see all of this information, right? Similarly, booking.com, another heavyweight in hospitality. You will see different pages, and on the right side you will see a bit of information about this company. All right, so this is called structured data. You create this with the help of a structured data. Next up is page load time. When you have a website and somebody clicks on that website, you don't want the site to be loading too late, right? You don't want to load in 10 seconds or 15 or 20 seconds. If that happens, then the user will likely not wait and he will exit the page. He will not wait for the page to load. So you need to make sure that the page load time is 3 seconds or below 3 seconds, so that the user doesn't have to wait for a long time. It also helps to or it also gives an indication to Google search that the speed of the site is really good. So you have few tools over here which I will show you in the video of page load time, that you can use to check what is the current page speed and also how you can improve the page speed, right? The next up is website is mobile friendly or not. Now you need to make sure that your site, when it opens on mobile devices, it is compatible. Not only compatible, it is responsive, right? These days most of the searches happen on mobiles, and you need to make sure that your website is responsive and it adjusts to all the screen sizes. Again, there is a free tool by Google to check if the website is mobile friendly or not. Next up is SSL certificate. Now SSL certificate is HTTP and HTTPS, you might be knowing. So when you have HTTPS, that is called secured. So SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer Certificate. In 2014, Google gave an indication that it wants to see SSL certificates on all websites. In short, you are securing your website using HTTPS. So when you have HTTPS, that is called SSL certificate. So when you buy a domain from GoDaddy or from any hosting provider, most of the hosting providers these days provide a free SSL certificate, right? So it's not very difficult, very simple to get the SSL certificate from your hosting provider itself. And then you have canonical tags. Canonical tags, sometimes what happens is that a user will will open the browser and he will type amazon.com, right? Or he might type www.amazon.com, or he might type https://www.amazon.com. Regardless of how he tries to open the website, as long as the URL is correct or the spellings are correct, the website will open, right? So that is called a canonical tag. So when you implement the canonical tag, whether the user uses www or not, or directly types in, the website will open up, right? Next up is fix broken links. Now broken links leads to poor user experience for both website visitors and crawlers. So you need to make sure that the links in your website are not broken, right? So when somebody clicks on that link, it takes them to a correct page which is valid and which opens up. If you have a link which is broken, right, so it leads to a very poor user experience, and Google crawlers will immediately identify that there's something wrong with this link on your website, and it will penalize you in terms of not showing your website on the top of search in your result pages. And then you have something called crawl errors. Now this prevents Google from indexing, and therefore it will directly affect ranking of your website. You need to make sure that there are no crawl errors when crawlers or bots come to your website to crawl. Your pages should be open to crawling. And then you have redirections. 404, 301, 302, 301 and 302 are permanent and temporary redirections. 404 is when there's an error, right? You must have seen that when you type in a wrong URL, you get a 404 error. All right, and sometimes if the page is under maintenance, then it says that this page is under maintenance. So in those cases, you will put a 301 or a 302 redirection, right? And finally, you have open graph tag. Now, anyone sharing your website on WhatsApp or Facebook, if you have noticed, when you try to share a URL on WhatsApp, immediately a blog opens up, right? That with the website information. So that is called an open graph tag. Now this is again very important as a part of technical SEO checklist, and you need to make sure that the open graph tag is implemented on your website, right? So in the future classes, you will see a video on each of these factors of technical SEO. I'll also show you how you can audit a website. I'll take an example of 1 or 2 websites and show you how you can run a technical SEO audit, along with an individual video of each of this. So I'll see you in the next class.